or Indonesian language or bahasa Indonesia or Indonesian. Indonesia is Indonesia. Bahasa is language. Bahasa Inggris. Inggris is England. Bahasa is language. Bahasa Inggris is English. This column is in English. This one is in Dutch. This one is in Indonesian. We will focus here and here. And these green letters is just how I remind myself so I don't forget how to pronounce it. It's just how my own note. I in Indonesian is aku or saya. I think I will make another video specifically for this because there is an interesting fact about how you say I in Indonesian, because most of the times we use formal and we use slang, and it's kind of really complicated to explain or so. But I think I have already explained it long time ago, but I forgot in which video. Basically, these both words, aku and also saya, are formal ones, but you use saya most of the times, because when you use aku is considered as impolite, but this word itself is a formal word to say I, but you use saya most of the times. Don't ever try to say yourself or to call yourself aku when the people you talk with is your senior or older than you. Don't call yourself with aku. It's a bit impolite unless in several areas, but at least when I grew up, you have to use this word, which is saya. And this aku also is used in poem or poet, or also in song lyrics, and also for children, especially in elementary school, and when you have crush with someone or with your boyfriend, girlfriend, close friend or friends, you also use aku. I think I will have to make another video out of it. I, mata, egg, telur. Indonesian R is R. My name is Ira, but I understand that some people kinda call my name as Ira. It's okay, it's good enough. It's better than if someone call me Ira, because it's at least two letters kinda wrong. Ira, good enough. Telur is the formal word for it, but most of the times in casual or daily conversation, also myself, including myself, I say it with telur. I think the reason why some Indonesian talk in slang, because it's a bit easier with the tongue, the movement, so you don't have to use enough tongue muscle. When you have to say telur, you have to make some swirl with your tongue a bit, but when you say telur, it's quicker, easier, faster, that's why. Telur, egg. And in English, land. In Indonesian, we have several words for explaining this one, because as noun is lahan, but as as a verb is mendarat. There's interesting fact also. This word consists of prefix me and the base or basic word darat. Me plus darat. And this prefix me, it becomes men. Because this word, it has initial D. So the prefix me, it becomes men. Mendarat. And if you use the basic or original word, base word, darat, and then you add the suffix an, daratan, is also as land as a noun. Lahan or daratan, land as nouns, or mendarat, land as verb. And in Indonesian, we don't have verb for the present time, for the future, for the past. We just use one single verb. Also the same verb for any kind of subject. The difference is only appears when you have to change the sentence from an active one into a passive voice. But for any subject, for any time signal, we use one single same verb for any kind of verb of the action. In this case, for land, landed, we use the same word mendarat. We just add the extra word to make sure that it happens today, it happens 2 days ago, it will happen 2 weeks from now. We just add extra word for it. The time signal. Pulau, island. Pulau, pulau. Netherlands, Belanda. I think it's from Holland, Hollanda, and it becomes Belanda. And the Indonesian L is not so but it's a bit easy, breezy, simple way. L, lala, lili, lolo, just easy breezy L. Pulau, Belanda. Dutch. In Indonesian we have two things here. As language, you add the language, bahasa, and then the name of the country, in this case, Belanda. This bahasa, the initial, you have to always write it with lowercase if this phrase is in the middle of the sentence or at the end of your sentence. Unless this phrase starts your sentence, of course you have to write this letter B with capital. But you might find lots of people write this letter with capital or uppercase, but it's incorrect because it's always, you always have to write it with lowercase, this B letter, if this phrase is in the middle or at the end of your sentence. So if you find this B is written with capital or uppercase and the position is in the middle or at the end of the sentence, it's incorrect. And Dutch, as Dutch people, in Indonesian, basically for one or more than one, for singular or plural, we just use singular form for it, which is orang Belanda. Orang Belanda. But if you want to make sure it's more than one, this is not wrong, but it's rarely being used. Orang Belanda. Because in Indonesian, it's good enough when you say orang Belanda. Whether it's one or more than one, you will know about it later in the next sentence after that, or you already know from the previous sentence. So we just use orang and then Belanda. And in Indonesian, when you want to make a noun into plural one, you repeat the noun and then you add hyphen in between. And this Indonesia, how I call my own country's name is Indonesia. 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 And now, Indonesian as language and Indonesian as Indonesian people. Again, you just add the language, which is bahasa, and then the name of the country itself, in this case, Indonesia. And don't forget this letter B, always with lowercase, unless this phrase starts your sentence. And people, whether it's one or more than one, singular or plural, the common one, we just use single or singular form, which is orang Indonesia. That is good enough, whether you want to say it's one or more than one, because maybe there's more information after that from the sentence after, or maybe you don't have to know whether it's one or more than one. But it's also not wrong when you write it this way or say it this way, but it's a bit uncommon. Orang Indonesia. Because it's good enough by saying orang Indonesia. Yeah. Thank you.